As countries across the world push to get vaccines, questions have been raised about Africa's fate as the continent lacks capacity to produce its own. To discuss this, we're joined live via Skype by Peninah, a senior clinical lecturer at University of Exeter Medical School. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Vaccines have certainly become a hot debate even before the COVID-19 pandemic. Africa already had the highest numbers of deaths caused by infectious diseases, but still lacks capacity to produce vaccines. What are the main challenges?
We need the richer Western countries of United Kingdom, the European Union and the United States, and maybe elsewhere, China, etc., to support our brothers and sisters in the continent of Africa and enable. The important point is enable the African nations to set up plant and manufacture the vaccines under license and royalties. So we need the World Trade Organization, the United Nations organizations to bring together all these industries and set up plant in Africa, in several parts of Africa.
Now, given this crumble for the COVID-19 vaccines, how can Africa be self-sufficient and how can the continent trigger the manufacture of the vaccines?
It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a very, very tall order. But having said that it's going to be a very tall order, we've got a problem and we've got to solve it. We just cannot ignore it. So what we do need is two things. One, for the richer nations to come to the aid of Africa. And number two, we need African leaders to play hardball and say, you will set up plant in our country and enable us to manufacture the vaccine under license, under royalties, under favorable terms to immunize and protect our people. So have a look at the example of India. India has been manufacturing vaccine, but it has not kept the vaccines to itself. It has been donating it to South Africa and other countries. We also need to have the donations as well as set up plant to create and manufacture more vaccines.
All right, thank you very much for that. Peninah, live for us there in London.